just rapping about this backup quarterback nonsense that people want to talk about. We have it on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Should the Lions pursue a free agent backup quarterback? 61% of you say no. That lines up with where I am with it.
This must be Big D Energy leftovers.
What do you mean?
There. The Big D Energy leftovers must be.
Could it be?
Could be.
I'm talking about the people.
It could be.
hell?
RB3 says it's about potentially upgrading at quarterback, Neil. Upgrade to what? You're going to do better than the second best quarterback in the NFC? Upgrade. What is with these? What do you want from Jared Goff, everybody? You want blood? You want urine? What do you want from the man? He was the second best quarterback in the NFC last year. He played at a Pro Bowl level. He did it for less than market rate.
Right.
What more do we need, Maz? Can you help me with these people?
No, he's been great, but he's not your long-term quarterback.
Why?
Because he's not.
He's 1 year older than Patrick Mahomes.
That's good. I'm happy for him.
And there's people out there telling me.
How could you bring up Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff?
He just talking about the
I'm
age.
giving you the age
This ain't
frame.
the Monday night game from Mexico City that played in LA.
Well, that'd
a
be
few years
Germany,
ago.
right?
No, they played in
There's-
LA.
there's
And they're gonna run it back in Germany
Yeah,
this
they probably
year.
will run it back in Germany.
They will run it back.
Maybe it'll be 48-45 again, like it was the
maybe
first
it'll be
time.
another great
Could be.
performance by
Come on,
Jared
man.
Goff.
Jared Goff has been great for us, for now, but he's not the future quarterback here. What do you see in him that makes you believe that he is going to continue the trajectory that he's on right now?
I saw a Pro Bowl season, Maz. That's what I saw.
You
And
saw-
stop with the Pro Bowl, the Pro Bowl stigma and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not complaining about
That's
that.
what the people will say. He played at a level that we haven't seen the quarterback position play in this town in a very, very long time.
Okay, so you're going to go pay him $45 million a year.
Yes,
After
I am.
This. You're the cap
And,
guru.
hey, I don't have
Hold
to.
on. I don't want to yell at you back and forth.
Yeah, I have
but
him
I'm-
for 2 years.
I'm just going to say, you're the cap guru. You're the money
Yes.
guy. You're the draft capital guy.
Uh-huh.
Why the hell wouldn't you go out and get your quarterback, your future rookie quarterback, this year when you're not going to pick in the top 10
Braylon,
anymore?
just give me
okay?
the-
And I
I'm
know
gonna
you
take the
said
floor
this.
for a
I'm on
second.
popcorn
Listen,
duty. I'm on popcorn
we
duty.
played your spiel last
Yes.
week.
Oh, good, because
What do
I'm
you
about
say?
to give it to you
Can-
again.
can you give the spiel again to our
Yeah,
good
absolutely.
people here for the Ermanni
Because,
Edwards
Maz,
show.
you are the betting favorite to win the division. The betting favorite to win the division, which means you host a playoff game, which means you think you're a Super Bowl contender, which means the number 6 pick can make the difference between you winning and losing a game in the playoffs, winning and losing the NFC Championship game. The number 6 pick can be that difference, Maz.
Who is
That's
he?
why.
Who is that number
because
6 pick?
because a quarterback does not help you for 3 years, Maz.
2 years, but who is he?
Okay, it doesn't help you next year. The
Who's-
window's now.
Okay. What rookie are you putting in there that's going to put us over the top in a playoff game?
Somebody defensively. Now, we got to see how this board shakes out,
Yeah.
right? I'm not taking a quarterback. I'm not doing it. Now, I want to perpetuate that, sure.
If Jalen Carter drops to you or Will Anderson, I would take that.
I will be faster than Braylon
I
at
understand
Michigan.
that. Besides
if
that,
Jalen Carter,
there's a chance that they're not going to drop, or more than maybe 80% chance that they're not going to drop.
then it's Tyree Wilson. Then it's somebody big.
Right.
Somebody big that anchors. Look, don't you want to?
How many rookies do you want on defense?
All of them. They were the worst defense in the year. The worst defense in the league
not in the
last year,
second half
Maz.
of the year. They were
but
seventh.
they were at the beginning.
Well, they were 7th in the second half of the year.
Right, they were. So that tells me that the
19 points a
So
game.
doesn't that tell you the rookies are working, Maz?
Yeah, the rookies are working. Now you plug
Well, then
in
why
veteran-
not keep doing it?
Now you plug in veteran free agents.
Well, we
to
can't
put
because
you over.
we can't do that under your system, Maz, because we just spent $7 million on Jacoby Brissett.
No, because we drafted a quarterback. I didn't spend money on Jacoby Brissett. I got my quarterback. I'm spending $1 million on what's his name?
Exactly.
Nate Sudfeld.
Exactly.
Not exactly.
What's his name? Look, I'll let you. I can't wait to watch you guys do this for the rest of the show. I've always said defense. Maz has known that. Ryan has sat in that very chair, and I've argued Tyree Wilson. I've argued, various positions. Like I still think you have to get defense. Like, and the reason why I said it is everybody is. Oh, you have these young defensive players last year. You had James Houston. You had Pascal showed you something and disappeared. You got all these other guys. At the end of the day, they were horrible in defense. And then people talk about the last 10 games. I saw them give up 30 to the Bears last year. I can't even tell you anybody on the Bears offense not named Justin Fields. I saw 38 to the Carolina Panthers. I didn't even know they had an offense. I didn't even know they had an offense.
We thought they were going to break the NFL single-game rushing record for a minute
they had
there.
300 in the first half.
Yeah. I mean, it
They
was...
had 200 in the first quarter. So
they had a bad game.
this is true, and bad games do happen because they did. I've always been on the defensive side, and I always said I've even gotten to the point where these two. If you tell me that Anthony Richardson has been scouted over and over and over, and that's the decision that Brad Holmes wants to make, because he's brought cachet, you know what, fine, do what you want. I still wouldn't do that move. And the reason why I wouldn't do that move, one, because Jared Goff still has 2 years, this year and next year. I like enough out of what I've seen out of Jared Goff. But then with the quarterbacks now, I'm like, once again, you're going to draft a quarterback because this is the 2023. Everybody's looking for Justin Herbert. Everybody's looking for Patrick Mahomes. Everybody's looking for Lamar Jackson. Guess what? Those guys don't come often. They don't come around often. You're going to draft one of these guys. And what are we drafting Anthony Richardson off of? Everybody's excited about his combine tape. They're like, oh, did you see this video of him going between his legs and dunking the basketball?
You know what I saw, Braylon?
Did you see this? I was like, yeah, but I'm not drafting a basketball player.
You know what I saw?
Yeah.
I saw him play Will Levis head up, and I wish I had that 3.5 hours of my life back.
Yeah,
that's what I saw.
96 yards passing?
I saw it.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to see any more.
Yeah.
I guess that all the other teams that are drooling over him are wrong then.
Well, to quote Drake, we gonna see, aren't we?
That's the big thing.
You don't have to quote Drake for that.
But
it's true though.
But we ain't
gonna
gonna see here.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm on defense. Like whatever they want to do, I'm not the scout. I'm not the GM for the Detroit Lions. But I think if you want to keep what you've done, if you want to keep the money you have, you want to keep the foundation that you're building, stick with Jared Goff and then move backwards in the draft potentially. Or
I'm for that. Yeah.
I'm definitely down to move back, gain more draft capital, or if Tyree Wilson shows that he's really what I believe he is, get Tyree Wilson, man. Let's get this thing rolling, man.
And that's what it is. And RB3 says you need veterans, Neil. Ask Braylon. And RB3, I understand that. But guess what you don't see available? Veterans on the front. They never come available. You got to go get those on your own. That's the way it works.
Frank Clark's available.
You know what's funny about that? Because you know we got to do it once, right?
Yeah,
we got to do
sure.
the Michigan thing once,
Frank
okay?
Clark's available.
I brought that up today on the earlier show, and I said Michigan man Frank Clark, and then Sam Flannel, who is a noted Michigan apologist, said, well, even at Michigan, everyone knew he wasn't a good guy, and then just kind of dismissed it and moved on. So it was okay when it was Frank Clark. It was okay,
right?
You know, so I thought that was
He's
pretty
had trouble. There's no question about it.
I see what
Yeah.
you did there. But when it's a Georgia guy, it's like I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? What problems? Not that guy.
Look, I understand, RB3, that you need veterans. But at the same time, I'm not in the business of taking away the number 6 pick from Brad Holmes, who got you a gold jacket at number 7. Not in that business, because if you take a quarterback, you're taking it away. Let Brad Holmes cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, I think he definitely. And then you definitely got to let Brad Holmes cook. I think he's done a good job. He's showing you what you can do. You see a lot of later round picks hitting for Brad Holmes over this 2-year period. I'm just not on the quarterback thing. And I think because if you don't get Bryce Young, you're forcing yourself into,
I would take Anthony Richardson over Bryce Young.
Mr. Combine. You said you would
I would.
But let me ask you this question, man, and I'm not trying to side with Neil because he's sitting up here. Why would you take Anthony Richardson over Bryce Young?
Because I see what I see in that kid.
And what is that?
54% completion
Well, you know what?
percentage.
Guess what, Neil? 2 more passes completed, he's over 60-something%. 2 passes a game. Mm-hmm. Okay, I heard Dan Orlovsky yesterday debunk that on the Dan Patrick show.
Right.
Okay, so I don't want to hear the 54% crap.
Well, it is what happened, though, Mass.
Here's the deal. The worst thing that happened to the Lions was that combine, because they were scouting this kid from day one. I'm telling you, they had this kid on their radar from day one. And the worst freaking thing that happened was that combine, because now he's shooting up, probably be the first or second guy off the board. So I'm going to tell you this. Brad Holmes right now, they're sitting back and they're steaming. What did they say about the combine? Dan Campbell even said it. We don't draft guys in their pajamas that are running and jumping and lifting. We draft them for what we see.
Well, that's exactly what Anthony Richardson was. He was a guy in his pajamas that had a hell of a day.
They liked Anthony Richardson way before pajama day.
Here's my thing with that. And
they would have taken him too.
Okay, and this is my thing. I won't poo-poo, as you like to say, over Anthony Richardson. I would just say this. Right now, it's a shot. Like anybody that takes Anthony Richardson in the first round, it's a shot. It's a reach, regardless. I don't care if he goes 32 or if he goes first. It's a reach based off what you're seeing so far. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
So it's a reach so far. If you draft Anthony Richardson, somehow he gets to 6, or somehow Brad Holmes works some magic and you get up to 3, and you get Anthony Richardson at 3, and he's just exactly what you were hoping he wasn't. What do you do then? There is more chance of Anthony Richardson not hitting. There is more chance than Will Levis not hitting than there is them being okay, than them being good, than them being worth the 2nd pick or the 3rd pick or the 4th pick or the 5th pick or the 6th pick. Like when you're picking a quarterback at 6, you're not picking a quarterback that you're like, all right, well, we're going to have them sit underneath this guy for a year and we'll figure it out and we'll teach them how to read coverage and we'll work on. You drafted somebody somewhere between 1 and 5 and 7, they got to come in and be a Pro Bowler right now. They got to come in and potentially show you that you could get to the Super Bowl within 3 to 4 years.
There's no Lawrence Taylor in this draft. I know Will Anderson supposedly is as close to that type of player.
I'm talking quarterbacks,
and Jalen
though.
Carter. But listen, man, I said this last week, Neil. If you're a kid and you go to college and you take some courses and, you just get through college. You take communications, you get through, you get a degree. And you go
I
look
lived
for a
that,
job.
man. I lived it.
I do. My daughter's doing that right now.
Yeah.
So you get a job, you're working for a company, you're bored out of your mind. It's not what you want. But there's another job out there that, you know what, maybe if I do this, I can go to that job and really be happy, really take that jump. Nah, you know what, I'm making good money in this job. You know, I'm afraid to go over to that job and really just lay it out there. Why the hell not just go for it? When you go for it, at least you know you put it all out there. You put yourself out there to find the perfect job for you, to find the perfect player for you. Anthony Richardson.
And that's what Jalen Carter is.
Jalen Carter, we hope is that guy. Will Anderson, we hope is that guy. And when you take a quarterback, if it ain't Trevor Lawrence or if it's not Joe Burrow or if it's not Dan Marino,
exactly,
you don't really know that that's the guy 100%.
Exactly.
But there's a guy out there in Anthony Richardson that fits in that mold. This kid, from what I understand, has it all. He's the best interviewer of anybody.
So is Malik Willis.
No, he wasn't the best interviewer. Don't
no,
compare him to Malik Willis, man.
Maz, listen.
Come on, man.
Maz, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying the Malik Willis, the thing that you and Ryan did. I'm talking about the interview. I'm compartmentalizing the interview process. Everybody loved Malik Willis at the interview process last year. That's all I said. I'm not talking about the on-field production.
I get it. He played for Liberty, man.
No, but Maz, I'm not talking about him playing for Liberty. I'm just simply saying, but everybody loved him at the interview process as well. This is my.
Josh Allen played for Wyoming. He didn't play
I'm
against
talking
anybody.
about the interview process. I just simply said they loved him at the interview process as well, Maz. I'm not even like going back and forth at you. I'm just conversating. My big thing, what it is this. You got Jared Goff, who's a year older than Patrick Mahomes. Jared Goff has been to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff was #1 pick overall. Jared Goff had the
Pro Bowler this year.
Pro Bowler this year. Like legitimately showing you that, hey, you know what? I can go through the dark stuff and come out on the other side if I got people that believe in me.
And he's at a discount.
He's at a major discount, if you will, $15 million discount, $16 million this year. Like, why get Anthony Richardson? Bring him in. He doesn't work. Or Will Levis, he doesn't work, and you got Jared Goff right there sitting at a huge discount. And then you bring these guys in, they don't work, but you knew they weren't going to work. And you missed the chance to get Tyree Wilson. You missed the chance to draft back, gain more draft capital, and get 2 players now, potentially. That's where I'm at with the Anthony Richardson. That's why I never could get on board. It's because I see too much of what could have been versus what might be.
This is the perfect team to get a rookie quarterback.
Well, Maz, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not, Maz, because look, there's a foaling warehouse here in Detroit. Anthony Richardson, based on the combine, will be terrible at foaling. So it doesn't work.
He'd be great at foaling. I'm a bowler. I know these things.
He'd hit the pin about 53% of the time.
He could knock the 5-pin out, the bonk. He'd win it in one shot. He'd hit the 5-pin.